Make sure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wow, I am very excited about today. It is going to be special, and I hope you are having a great weekend. It is November 6th, officially game day. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's get our intros going. Before we go deeper down the rabbit hole of our tournaments, I'd like to give a shout out and a thank you to all of the amazing charities that we have worked for. Court Battle Leagues and MadGamer.com has done nonstop work for 6 years with different hospitals across the world, helping raise money, volunteering, and being a helper at the hospitals, and so much more. And we are privileged to be on game day when we have some amazing teams to play, but also the charities having the big time event right now. So we should be really good to go for today. With that in mind, thank you for tuning in. We hope you guys are enjoying your day, and let's get started. Welcome to Court Battle Leagues. That's right, I am your host, Mag Gamer, and this is Court Battle League Studios at its finest. CourtBattleLeague.com was brought to you by MagGamer.com, the host of these for you. So we're gonna have some amazing stuff, some incredible teams that we've known, and some new teams that we're gonna get to know. And it is a special day for me. For 6 years, I have volunteered and given up hours upon hours for these charity events, and it's been a very good time, to say the least. We are on game day. For those that don't know, Extra Life will be on our stream. You can type in donations, charity, anything connected to the words about a charity, and the link will pop up where we will give you a chance to go and support other people within the website. It's really amazing stuff, and we're very honored to be a part of it. So extra/life.org is the actual charity, but the links that we will have are specifically for you to help find a team and donate to that team going forward. So we hope you guys show love and support for what we have going on consistently. We've raised millions of dollars each year to be able to help these children's hospitals across the world. It all started here in America, and we went out and opened this up, and now it's one of the biggest events every year. Today, the first week of November, we celebrate game day, trying to provide some charity. With that out of the way, you're gonna see the link, and I will talk about this consistently, but I feel like it's about time that we get the ball rolling. We're about to play our very first game of the event. It's going down right now, and I'm super excited about it. It should be a really good time. And let's see how this one plays out. All right. So before we get going and we actually go into the games, I want to thank all the teams today, specifically because we have some amazing teams coming on in, being ready to make a move and get themselves acclimated. Okay. With that in mind, we're going to go into the roadmap. What are you looking for and what are you seeing? You're going to see tons of competition today, but overall, this is the roadmap to what you got going on. We have community events that are the qualifiers. This is how you get in to our majors and championships. If you ask how does it work, it's very simple. You head over to our Discord. We have different dates for tournaments that we are hosting, and it's your job to sign up in the Discord, and then we will host these events. If you win, like today's one event, then you can advance into the majors. And that is how it all works. We're going to have tons of events all year long. I'm talking about non-stop. If you look at our calendar, all of November is stacked up. Today, as you can see, on November 6th is the Extra Life charity, where we're talking about things for the kids and so much more, which we'll get into throughout the day. But the key component here is it's all free and it's all for you. So feel free to jump on board. With that in mind, we're going to go right into the format and break it down for those that don't know, so that you can understand how this all works out and the systems. Very simple. All you need to do is score 50 points to reach match point. This is called match point format. And all of the teams will be playing for placement points and elimination points. Placement points, as you see above. First points will get 12, second place will get 9, and so on and so on. And then for eliminations, we have a very unique modifier that we added to these. There's a multiplier. First round is going to be 1 point for elimination. Second round is 2 points. Third round is 3 points, etc., etc. So it could get very intense very shortly. That is the system and the setup for today's matchups. These teams are about to face off right now. We're not going to wait any longer. We've been waiting all day for this moment, and we are officially here, and we're going to get started. And we hope you guys watching enjoy today's tournaments as we go forward. I would like to take a minute and once again talk about the charities. Personally, I started off online on 2015 and then 16 online. And then from there, I got so passionate about helping these hospitals that I volunteered at Boston's Children's Hospital and various hospitals throughout my local different areas, helping the kids. And I've connected with a lot of kids fighting for their lives and being saved by these hospitals, as well as my very own family, whether it's my niece or nephew being born or being taken care of in these hospitals throughout the world. Hospitals are, for me, underrated, and they need to be praised for being able to allow us to have somewhere to go when things aren't looking so good with our health. With that in mind, feel free to donate to the charity. I will put up some links on different charities. We don't want to advertise one or the other, but we will give you a link to all the charities. And we hope that you show some support as well and just get active on that for yourself and look it up, find out what Extra Life is all about, and get yourself involved. You can be a streamer and raise money for your team. You create a team and then you can pick which hospital you want the money to go to. Things like that can really, really, really change the game and do something special. So all day long, we'll just remind you guys about that and give you guys encouragement to go forward. But guys, we are done with the talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy what's about to go down. It's on now. Here we are, game number 1 for the day. I'm very excited hosting these tournaments. Today we have a stacked house. It's looking really good. And we're about to see what's happening. And I want to take a minute to thank all these teams and players giving up their time and energy to get into these games. These are qualifiers and they are trying to get in for our majors and championships, but they also are showing love for the charity by being a part of today's event. So we're watching them skydive here like Superman and man, superhero landings, guys. Let's get it. So team ACM has been around. We have seen them plenty times before, and we know that they got some skilled players. And it's funny enough, they're in the middle of a fight right now against R99, and R99 no shield at all. This is interesting. I've never seen that before. And now R99's looking like they're going to be picking up some loot and picking this fight very comfortably. So super interesting stuff. R99, one of the top teams of our last season, where we had qualifiers, majors, and championships as well. And these guys are a great team. So got a lot of variety here that you're going to be seeing. And they actually picked up a guy named Shine UK, who's been in our tournaments with his own teams, but today he's solo riding with other teams, trying to build that chemistry and grow on his own. Should be interesting to see if he can really do something special. It looks like ACM decides not to fight and backs off, and R99 takes over the area for the moment. As you can see, R99 spots them, and it's gonna get real here. This is the type of energy that you want to see throughout these events. And guys, we appreciate you so much for hanging out with us. It's gonna be a great night. And we are looking to see if these teams will battle it out. And it looks like they're both going to let their egos go aside and not pick the fight. And oh, excuse me, yes, they are. And here it is. It begins. They are chasing down Bella. Let's head up. Let's head over there where Shine is trying to push them. Of course, these grenades. Brand new Ash Legend. Something amazing that Apex did was balance her out a bit. I don't feel like she's overpowered, and this could be a great thing for the community. As we get new legends, we want to enjoy it, but don't want to break the game and have it unbalanced. And right now, R99 getting hit very hard, and smart move here with the Ash ultimate. Shine, the only player alive, having to back out, and this is a dangerous situation for him. Very intense moment where you have to decide what you're going to do. And at the moment, he's deciding to get away from his teammates and completely back off, which probably could be the best thing. He's going to be able to heal up, and he can come back to get them. For those watching, tell me, what is your personal thoughts on what should he do? Is he best to go back, or should he hold off and just survive on his own? Those are the questions that we'll 100% be finding out very, very shortly. As you can see, he's already heading back, and this is a very dangerous situation, guys. Sometimes this can be great because you can do something amazing, but other times it can cost you. Now, this game has placement points and elimination points, and right now they don't have elimination points. They're working on placement, and I love to see it, because at the same time, while your ego tells you go thirst and fight, you want to do the right thing. As you can see here, one of their players is actually still alive somehow, and they made it all the way out to the backside, and he's going to get there on time to revive them. This is clutch for R99, and guys, you never know what could happen here, and they can find a way to get back their teammate. They still have plenty of time, and it looks like they might want to back off of this. I have two players. I feel like I can take a fight, but also my positioning is important. So I'm not in this situation. I won't be rushing to revive my teammate. I'll be trying to get position or trying to rotate into a better situation. But we will see how they play it out. Again, this is all personal preference. You have to understand, it's never one right answer. Things can change, and it can be very exciting. Should be really, really fun to see how this one plays out. Of course, I'm always all about the most interesting scenario as the host. That's all that matters to me. So we shall see. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around and try to check out a couple of other teams. A brand new team in the mix, Greasy. They are in the middle of a fight right now as well, and they're trying to see what they're going to do in this situation. I love to see it. All right, feel free to spam the chat for us, guys. Type in Extra Life, charity, donations, donate. Make sure these links are going out there so you guys can look into the same thing we've been talking about here, which is the charity to help raise money for the kids. With that in mind, this team right here is not taking a fight, and we're doing a lot of smart play so far. And we do have Ace in a fight again. These guys are getting super aggressive today, and they are fighting against a Raven clan. And right now, wiping out Team Raven. Great stuff right here by ACM, scoring plenty of points, and it's really good for them because placement points isn't enough. If you can get elimination points is good as well. And the fun part about these tournaments is you always have a chance. There's never a moment in my tournaments where players are blown out and no one can make a comeback. You can easily make a comeback, and no one can win the game unless they get first place after they reach 50. So it's a very, very, very intense plus skill-based setup. Teams who possibly can score a lot of great points with kills or eliminations, they can't win unless they actually get first place overall. So this is where the balance is incredible, and that's something that Respawn created. Only thing I did was add a multiplier to make it a lot more exciting and keep the tournament shorter. You should be in for a 2 to 3 hour run in our tournaments, so we're gonna see how it goes. Of course, it can last a little longer depending on how the players perform. So if there's a tie and a lot of teams have 50, we'll end it quicker. But if there's nobody reaching 50 fast, then it can be a problem. And we'll end up staying here in overtime, pretty much multiple games. There's no set limit to how many games it takes. Basically, let's say Team Outcast here, brand new team jumping on board in our tournaments. They score 50 in 3 games. They have to get first place. So game 4, they could win, but if they don't get first place, then we have to play game 5. And that'll continue for every single team until one team that does have 50 actually gets first place as well. So Team Outcast, a brand new team. We're going to keep an eye out on some of these teams. There's a lot of action going on this side. DBG getting some work done and clearing out space here. Doing a really good job looting and preparing themselves for the next fight. DGB doing a real good job there, eliminating another player. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around. And Team Phoenix, we've seen them last year. This is a new roster, though. Sometimes you see the same name, but they've changed a player or two, and that pretty much changes the whole team. So you can't expect the same style of play. And they do. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around. Team Outcast, once again, in a big fight, trying to figure it out. And trying to get the ball rolling. Apologies. I think my personal link popped up. I might actually have to turn that off. Today, we're focusing on Extra Life, the charity, guys. So I will have to turn that off shortly here. But as you can see, Outcast getting aggressive here. This is a brand new team. We're going to see what they can do. They're about to get into it very thick. Some really good shots and downing one of Phoenix's players, downing 2 of Phoenix's players. And now there's only 1 left, and he is trying to battle 3 versus 1. And it's a tough situation that he put himself in, and he gets taken down. And Team Phoenix officially out for the mark. All right, you want to put exclamation Extra Life or just type in donate and it'll work. Apologies for the thing I just had there. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for typing that into the chat. We just want to bring awareness to this charity today and help people along the way. But we should be great. It's a good time in these games, looking really sharp. And right now, Outcast, a brand new team coming out and making a name for themselves. Talking about a name for themselves, DBG has been in multiple fights already. They took out a team and now they're in the mix here. And I really love to see an Ash in play because she's a new legend and it's always fun to see what people can do with their new abilities and so on and so on. So super interesting. I like what I'm seeing right now. DBG holding the high ground. The problem is they have to rotate in about 1 minute and 20 seconds, and that could hurt them. They're going to have to figure that out ASAP so they won't waste any time and also don't want to be in a vulnerable type of situation. So while they have the high ground here and they're comfortable, it is not the safest spot to be in for the moment. And this is where you have to decide, what are we going to do? And speaking of what are we going to do, they decide to push up, and this is the right move to get themselves deeper into the ring. Ain't nothing like a Valkyrie ult. And they have multiple teams in this area, and it looks like 2 teams are fighting, and DGB is in the mix trying to take that fight. We're gonna go ahead and rotate around to Team X. And they are rotating around. They're also very down. They're hurt pretty bad. They get eliminated. Beautiful shots by Logan here from Anarchy. Team Anarchy doing a really good job getting themselves multiple points. They're really top tier at this time with only 8 teams left. They are killing it right now, performing extremely well. You gotta love what you see from this team right here. Super exciting stuff, to say the least. And one of their players goes down. That's a tough scenario. You do not want to lose a player, especially late in the game when all this is happening. They are doing a good job trying to hold this, but man, oh man, it is not easy. And they have a Gibby, so he should use his ultimate, use his bubble, everything he has, and they go down by Team Raven. Man, Team Raven is coming back this year. Super strong, guys. Should be an interesting year for them. They performed well last year, but sometimes doing pretty good isn't enough. And I believe they know how great they were, and now they're preparing to be greater. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I was taking care of something for 30 seconds. All right, so Team Greece in the mix, trying to push it. We've seen these players before. They've changed one of their players, and they have a whole new group of players looking to play and to be in these tournaments. So it should be very interesting on how this one plays out for this team. You got to note, there's a lot of teams that scored big time. Team Greece is one of them with 7 eliminations, and they're already in 6th place, so they can score higher. On top of that, Outcast, another team who's still alive, has scored 6 eliminations as well. That is going to put them in a very good place. And then ACN has 9 eliminations. And on top of that, they are in the top 6 overall. This tells you this team can be very dangerous. And I love to see this scoped in Sentinel. If only we can get it charged up and do some really fun stuff here. As you watch, they're waiting for their time to shoot. And right now, ACF in a really good spot. This is a very tight quarters. I don't really like small quarters. I like a little open area because this is so tight, can be dangerous. One grenade can, or one ability can take out multiple players in this scenario. So this is one of those, depends on the scenario, but man, oh man, they have a nice composition here. It's not your typical without a Gibby, but Bloodhound to scout, Wraith to escape or help them into fights, and then of course Caustic for that defense. The best defender outside of Gibby right now, in my opinion. He's been moving up in the ratings as far as defensive players with the buff that he received. So super interesting, super exciting. I really like what I'm seeing by this team right here. Everybody's waiting patiently. Understand, once this 5th round starts closing, we're gonna get all types of mayhem. It is going to get very real, very fast, and it's gonna be insane. So be ready. Be ready. Gonna rotate over to see the 2 teams that are safe in their spots at the moment. It's looking like DBG has a very comfortable spot here on the train rail, and then Outcast is right on the outside. Behind them is DBG. And man, oh man, doing a good job here popping shots and swapping shields. One of the best things that people don't talk about is damage farming. You want to upgrade your shields to the max level. So with a longbow right now, player blue, it's Blues looking to get his name on the leaderboards as the best. And look at this, now they see where the other teams are. 6 teams left, everybody's extra comfortable, and now they're deciding to push the pace and take the fight to a team that's trapped inside. And man, some really wild stuff with an arc star not working out in their favor there. Some good shots with the longbow though. Wow, love to see that. That's one of my favorite snipers in the game. Very great stuff. And they are getting hit extremely hard. Gibby saves their lives here. Now they get a moment to heal up, prepare for the fight. They have to be very careful. There's multiple teams also in the area. 6 teams about to go at it. We're gonna go ahead and check it out right now. The main fight. Greasy getting some shots in. Beautiful arc star, really doing some good damage in that situation. And about to finish off one of the 6 teams remaining. It looks like Grease has a really good shot right here. It looks like R99 as well, hurting with 1 player down. Grease sitting very comfortable. ACM losing one of their players. They've been performing top tier, but they are hurting pretty bad as well. And Outcast trying to make a play here, losing 2 of their players. They just gonna want to probably, hopefully, stay alive with placement. R99 with the 2 players they started with still in the mix, but one of them goes down. Man, it's getting real, and I'm loving what I'm seeing by Team Grease on the backside, not necessarily getting too aggressive unnecessarily. They're holding their point and keeping control of it and trying to suppress anybody trying to make a move. beautiful stuff here by Greasy. Shots being popped off with this R99. You love to see it. And then the Spitfire comes out, baby. You know how that thing does. Eliminating another team. Only one team left, and they're coming in for the last shot to finish it all the way off. Greasing up the wheels and keeping it real, hitting them with a steal and finishing the game. There it is right there. Perfectly done by Team Grease. Just a good start for them as they go ahead and showcase that they have what it takes. So in this scenario, you had the 6 teams slowly having to get out of their covers. Most of the teams played it very, very smart here and just held these points and did not allow any issues. This was a perfectly done thing by most of the teams, but in the end of the day, it's the team who can survive the fights, the teams who are not put in third-party situations. And what we saw, you know, was some great teams battling each other, but it was Greece who had the advantage that didn't have to take on multiple teams at once and pretty much just picked off everybody one by one as they were fighting each other and held it down. So it's a really good move by them to play it smart, safe, and be able to stay in control of this fight. And so far, so good. I like what I'm seeing by these guys. 100%. Perfect stuff. And we just got a really cool statement by one of our players. So for everybody watching, let's take a moment before we continue. We're still going to keep playing because the tournament just started. I'm going to show you the leaderboards, explain the format really quickly, and then start game number 2 right away. But just to explain how it all works, guys, so you can understand. Today, we're doing awareness to Extra Life. And I do have my own charity, my own link for you to donate to me, but we're not looking for donations. And we're also the cheers right now. A guy named Ronnie Diablo has donated some cheers, and I appreciate it, brother. But I would prefer to go directly to Extra Life. I will have to take that out of my stash and then send it to them, which is fine as well if you want to donate to me, and then I'll just transfer it. But if not, just head straight to the link that I have posted up earlier, and I'll continue to post, and you can find somewhere to donate it directly to Extra Life. It's the best way to help the charity specifically. Now, if you're trying to help me, I appreciate that, and thank you so much. Once again, Ronnie Diablo is a player in our tournaments, really great guy, and he came by and gave some bits, so we appreciate it. But today is all about Extra Life, and I just wanted to make sure that that is understood and that it's aware. With that in mind, we're gonna discuss a little bit about charity and how it all works. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just showcase the pages. So this right here is just a promo from Extra Life. I can't play the audio because I'm not sure if I'm gonna get turned over, but these are all different content creators and people supporting the cause, doing their streams and having goals and doing fun stuff, challenges, and a whole lot of different things to bring communities together all year long for these kids and for the world, trying to make it a better place for us. I went to the hospitals for the past couple years and seen these kids, and It's not easy being a helper while you watch all of it, and it makes you appreciate life more. And this is why we do it, to give back and help. All right, so do your part. Check out Extra Life. You can go to the Twitter that I'm on right now. Check out their setup. Again, the donations go to all the hospitals across the world. You can pick one that's local to your family, to your friends, you know, maybe where you were born. The money will go directly to the hospital. So go and look that up. Check it out for yourself. I don't want to extend that too far, but there you go. That's how that works. With that in mind, I'm going to break down the leaderboards again because we're going to get game number 2 started right away. We're just waiting for all the players to get back in the matches. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing match point format. This is something that Respawn created. It's amazing. Teams are going to be playing to try to get as much points as possible per round. You can get placement points, which you see right here. First place will get 12 points. Second place will get 9 points, and so on and so on. The other way to score points is eliminations. We added a multiplier to this to make it a little more fun. In the first round that you just saw, first game, we only gave 1 point per elimination. Now that we're going into game 2, eliminations will be 2 points. And then when we go to game 3, eliminations will be 3 points, and so on and so on. Each round, it'll go higher. After these teams, one of these teams, or maybe all of these teams, reach 50 points, they have to get first place overall, because 50 points is the match point threshold. That is where they're eligible to win, but they have to get first place. That is the system, the format, and the setup for these players. That's how it all works. Okay. And it's pretty simple. The games will continue until one team can get to 50 and get first place overall right after. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Let's check out the leaderboards to see who is dominating. And right now, straight off the top, we see Team Greasy, who just won, which gives them 12. Plus, they went crazy with eliminations and really put in work, as you can see, with 27 points on the first game. Perfectly done right there. Now, we're about to get into game 2. But before we do, the teams in the lower bracket, do not give up, because you can catch up right away. All you have to do is score big on one of these games and you'll be right back in the fight. Plus, there's a multiplier, so it's easy to catch right back up during these situations. All right. So good luck. Thank you guys all for tuning in. And I'm very excited about today's matchups. A lot of great teams, a lot of great players. And we will continue our tournaments. Game number 2 happening right now. So thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of our journey as we go forward. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the desk one more time, lower something just to show you something very cool. This is how much we have raised as a team in the past years since this was created. It might seem like a lot of money, but think about all the hospital bills and all of the families struggling to help to basically keep their kids alive, and even elderly people alive. So we got to keep on raising money for Boston Children's Hospital, LA, New York, every single city in the world. So that's what we're doing as a family. And I'd like to thank Extra Life for continuing to be amazing all these years. Okay. So now that you see the leaderboards and you know what's coming, we're going to kind of send you over to game 2 right now to get down and dirty and see how this one plays out. Hopefully we see some more amazing plays. The first game was really nice for multiple teams. They did a really good job. 2 teams already in 20. ACM right next door to Greasy with 21. Imagine if they won the whole game. Would have been wild. With that in mind, you never know. These teams in the lower levels can catch right back up and do something special. So don't you fear. You're going to see something amazing here. And talking about amazing, I want to just give a quick recognition and appreciation. These tournaments allow anybody and everybody to enter. And today we have some special guests. And it is my niece and nephew on Team Forever One Family. And these kids play all types of different video games. And Apex might not be their main game, but they play very well. And for kids who are new to this and young, it's been impressive to see them being able to play. To be honest with you guys, it's one of the most skill-based games when it comes to first-person shooters. If you went down the line of what's most skilled first-person shooters, specifically for Battle Royale, you will know that Apex is right there as one of the best and the most skillful. So it's hard for newcomers to come in here and perform very well, to do something amazing. So really, really honored and privileged to have these young players come on board and get in the mix as they go forward. And it's really cool because imagine we literally have children in our tournaments while we're raising money for Children's Hospital. It's pretty amazing. So again, anybody can play in these as long as they have their parents' permission. Since this is my family, I am rooting for them. I know that's kind of biased, but I would like to see them perform. Of course, we have some pro players. We have some new players and different things like that. So we can't, guarantee these kids will go out there and beat these players. They haven't played hundreds of hours of Apex. I just introduced it to them this year. They knew about it, but they haven't really played it as much. So, but we will see. We're rooting for them. We're pulling for them. And we hope they can do some fun things today going forward. Speaking of fun things, we got SWAT Esports. They were amazing last 2 days ago. They came out and put on a show for us. For me, it's all about fun times, guys. I really enjoy watching top tier teams play. I learned something as a player, and then I also as a viewer, very exciting and interesting. And we're gonna stay right here and see who is putting in the work. DBG's coming out on fire right now, and they're really pushing the pace, and this is interesting to say the least. They have scored pretty good in this tournament so far, so this isn't a team to sleep on. They are 6th place right now in these events. Man, you like to see that, to say the least. And they are just a couple of feet away from ACM, who is next door to a team. They're about to take some shots off, and really good shots there. Not enough, and they got to be very careful here. Their teammates are in the area, and it looks like they're gonna try to push this team back. This is not the best scenario here, but we'll see how it plays out. And the team's going to be rotating, and look who it is. The Catalyst, who has been in our tournaments before. over here fighting a ACM, another team who's been in our tournaments, and a Catalyst deciding to back off a little bit, forcing the other team that's chasing them to get outside and make it a same playing field. This is a very strategic move here. You don't want the team with the high ground to keep their spots. You want to be able to force them into an even playing field, or at least you get into a high ground. So they're going to back all the way off. The Catalysts have performed great in the past, but we're going to see what they can do this season. The past is the past. We do have profiles on these teams and all of their stats and what they've done, but we work on the present and the future. And today, oh no, today is the present. And speaking of the present, I'm a little bit lackluster with this game too. Here we go. They decided to rotate, and that is a smart move. And I like what I'm seeing by these guys. Solid so far. The Catalyst playing it smart and not taking that fight unnecessarily. And that is the beginning of, you know, wanting to win. Playing it safe and smart. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around. Check out on other teams. Looks like Team Phoenix is comfortable. They don't have a lot of loot right now. That's tough. Team X is about to push a team. They've seen some footprints. They're chasing a team down right now, trying to go and score some points. And we are going to see what's happening. As you can see right now, Anarchy is currently in a fight, and they are looking to make a move on these players. Eva 8 shots. You know, this thing got reduced, which is really good for the community. I've always said Eva 8 was broken. Nobody listens to me because I don't complain enough about games. I give my feedback, but I don't start riots. And here we go right here. Great stuff by Team Anarchy, a new team coming together that we have not seen. They're getting some shots off in a beautiful, beautiful Q by Wraith here to get herself to safety. Smart tactics here. Also getting the high ground for the moment. And she's getting pushed pretty hard, but she does a great job and cracks the shield. Can she get up there and finish it? Nope. She's going to take her time. Shield swap, then come back outside and try to take this fight. And this is called smart play right here, guys. Being smart about how you do things. They're getting third-partied right now. Team Anarchy is getting hit from everywhere. Multiple teams on top of them, and they got to try to survive this situation. I'm gonna go look at their teammates to see how he plays this. They are getting pushed, and they are in the ring. This is a tough one right here. This is a lot of fun action for us, but man, oh man, wild start here. And using his ultimate, Gibby's ultimate, forcing everybody inside. He gets himself eliminated, and they wipe out Team Anarchy. And great job by Team X right now. Great stuff right now. And that's what you want to see from a team putting in work and getting the job done shortly here. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around to catch ACMs trying to survive against Forever 21. Am I right? Looks like Forever 21 is trying to get in on this fight here. They're holding their ground. Remember, this is a bunch of kids. It's incredible to see young kids being able to play and perform in here. And when they played in the first season, they only played about 2 times, but I believe they placed in 7th place when the games were all over. So very impressed by these kids playing against pro players, the best of the world at times, and still competing. And we would gladly have them back if they want to continue to grow and learn. The qualifiers allow anybody to enter. Now the problem is, if anybody enters, there's no ranking or anything like that. So you might be facing the best players in the world each time down the line. Right now, Forever 21 holding their position. Smart play for the moment. We're going to come back to them shortly, but they are keeping this spot, but they're outside of the ring. One of those things to talk about for kids is it's basically all about rotations, and this is a different part of Battle Royale. A lot of people focus on the gunfights, but without rotations you can't win. Just fighting isn't enough. So we'll see how they play. They're rotating deeper into the ring at the moment, doing a good job to get themselves in, and we're gonna see. I would like to see them in action. It'll be fun to see how they play. They might be bumping into a team who's camping over here, and man, oh man, that Valkyrie is amazing. And yeah, there is a team right to the left of them, so should be interesting to see what happens. This is a decent spot. I really don't always love these areas. Some reason people always get stuck in one of these, but I would prefer somewhere high ground, a lot smarter. We'll see what happens as we go forward. Team Raven Omega just playing it smart. They're right across from that train yard and not picking any fights. They have enough shields to work and to get some things done. And right now they're trying to stay in the fight, but I don't believe they're going to be seeing any action anytime soon. And we're going to rotate around and check on a couple of teams. There's still 14 teams left. Team Delta, Team Alpha's in the mix. Forever One Family. It's such a beautiful name. And these young kids here holding it down for placement points so they can score. And again, it's not easy scoring against top players in the world who play together for hundreds and thousands of hours. Apex has been out for 2 years, and it's been a lot of gaming. Myself, I probably have over 1,000 hours or more than that in Apex, and I do believe these pro players also who are in our tournaments. So, well, more than me. I wouldn't say I'm that crazy, but I have been playing since it released. With that in mind, they see a team, they're gonna try and push. And this is just a good perspective to see somebody brand new to the sports scene, to see what they can do. Again, these qualifiers are meant to be for anybody. That's why I'm bringing it up, as well as you know, gaining experience. Is the only way to gain experience is to try. So it's really nice to have qualifiers and allow anyone to enter and then go from there. And these guys are going to have to learn how to pick their fights, and we're going to rotate around and see how this is playing. Just take a second. As you can see, there's one team below them right here, and then there's two teams in this area fighting right now, which I really love what I'm seeing as they're getting pushed from the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and check out DBG as they try to survive this fight here, getting hit pretty hard every time they go back out, and they got to take their time here. Let's see, who is it that's hitting them with shots? It looks like Team Horizon. Only 2 players left, but they are making some noise. And then at the same time, we have Forever One Family still holding it down, trying to get that placement points. And man, oh man, one thing I always talk about for players when I get asked to coach them and things, and here we go, Forever One Family getting surprise attacked, and they were camping in that corner and got surprise attacked from above by DBG. DBG coming in hot, and that was just a great ambush situation. And as I was saying, in the end of the day, it's pretty simple when it comes to Apex. The main important thing to do to get better is to stay in fights. I can teach you offline while we sit down and have some, you know, some snacks. I can teach you about rotations. I can teach you about, you know, positioning and all the variable things when it comes to knowledge. But learning about the fights and when to fight, where to rotate, so that you can have the right timing for your fight. Fighting isn't just about how you can shoot. It's about having a position and holding a high ground, or having a good angle on somebody and forcing teams to be gated out of good spots and things like that. So super interesting. By the way, just want to give quick information for somebody in the chat saying that their money it wouldn't let them send the money for Extra Life. So when it comes to Extra Life specifically and the donations, all you have to do is find a page for a hospital close to you that you see, and then go into one of those and try to donate. Now, I don't understand, you know, the logistics when it comes to credit cards or anything like that. You would have to talk with Extra Life. I'm not a staff member for Extra Life or anything like that. I'm just somebody who volunteers and does a bunch of work. And speaking about a bunch of work, we're gonna go ahead and rotate around and watch as your clap decides to try to hit Team DBG, and DBG is gonna go ahead and strike back with a Gibby bombardment right now on top of them. So really good stuff, because it's gonna push them back, and then they can make a push. As you can see right here, Gibby's going ahead and pushing up towards them. He's not allowing them to get too comfortable. They were the ones trying to get aggressive, and now they get hit, and that's just good play by them. Team X in the building. There's a lot of teams in these areas right now, but a lot of teams are not fighting. As you can see, Claps is finally in the mix. Team Clapped trying to make a push. He's all by himself. Tough scenario right here to be in. Two of your teammates are down, and if he somehow gets this res off, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, now Gibby can drop his bubble. Oh, he did not drop his bubble. It's what you want to do if you're a Gibby. Drop your bubble. Everybody's safe. Now they could all heal up and get themselves together here for this last fight on round 5. Let's go ahead and take a quick rotation look to see what is going on. DBG in the mix right now, having the high ground, holding it and waiting. They do see somebody below them, but they're gonna play it smart and safe here. We want to rotate and check out Team Horizon, getting hit pretty hard by Outcast. And Outcast, man, this brand new team coming in hot, ready to make a name for themselves. They've been performing very well. Good shots here. I'm really liking this Prowler and Longbow. Prowler's been very useful this past season, and now I'm gonna see it consistently on the floor, so that's nice. Of course, that longbow, nothing better than a longbow. Got a little bit of a rapid fire and ability to hit from long range with good damage. And the standoff begins. Gibby bubble in place. Nice little pokes, but not enough. They get hit from behind. Good third-party push. Your clap is coming in hot on the third-party fight there and just cleaning it up. Perfectly done by them. We're gonna see DBG start to make Raven feel the pressure. One of the main things I've seen Raven being able to do is hold for placement. They get placement very often. As you can see, they're one of the top 3 teams left, but they have to finish their fights, and they're about to get third party by Team Clap, who's almost ready to go right now. It's gonna be a super interesting fight on this last one. They position themselves right next door to Team Delta. So Raven Delta will be fighting with Team Clap. And then DBG in the backside trying to get a couple downs, knocks, and do everything they can to suppress. And I think DBG has the best positioning so far. And right now, it's a standoff until this next round. I believe DBG will be safe for the most part. In control, holding it down here. With only 2 teams now, they're pretty much ready to stay in charge. Can they win? They have the high ground. They have the best positioning. They're going to have to focus, fire. And I like what DGB is doing. They have one player hitting them from one side, another one coming in from the opposite. And Gibby Bubble going out. A little bit of a fearful Gibby Bubble. And there it is. Now, this is a commitment. They're going to actually take this fight and focus fire for the rest of the time. And it begins. Ash's tactical being used a lot today on this one, and I love it. Great shots being ranged off. DBG about to take this game if they can finish this off right here. Perfectly done. Last player will get finished. And ladies and gentlemen, DBG with the finish. Incredible performance by these guys. It's exactly what you wanted to see. They had the high ground. All they had to do was hold it. And they did. And now, with an incredible finish there for DBG. Again, they had the high ground. They actually split their players up to kind of confuse and flank as best as possible. It didn't work out as good as they would wanted, but they had to drop and commit to the fight. So this is where you see they went down and started to commit to it. And it was a really good start. And we are just getting started. It is looking really good. Really good, guys. Thank y'all so much for the love and support all over the world. We are just getting started, and DGB just did a good job here being patient. They didn't force their way in there. They kept poking some shots and hoping to get somebody. They knocked one player down, and then they just worked on the rest. Great stuff by these guys. And there it is, game number 2. We still got a lot more games to go. I'm very excited about that. We have a new season, new legend, new weapons, and the games are literally just picking up. And man, I'm hyped about it. So feel free to get involved. Go to our Discord, sign up for our tournaments, and you got this. I promise you got this. With that in mind, thank you to all the teams. We're just getting started. Literally game number 2. New team winning game number 2 just means there's going to be some changes in the leaderboards. We're going to showcase that in a second. But once again, I just want to talk about the charity and discuss how much we have done to get here. Just a lot of beautiful moments and great things that we've seen throughout the years with Extra Life. And it's just endless amounts of great things that we've been a part of. But I do believe Extra Life is one of the best. And I do have an announcement where basically I'm going to take a little time off from really doing all those big things that we've done. And I'm going to, next year, I'm talking about, and next year I'm going to focus on some new cool charity things as well, while still showing some love to Extra Life and so on. Okay. Game number 2 was really cool. We've seen a lot of great things, and we're going to see some more shortly. So don't you go nowhere. Let's go ahead and show you the calendar. If you want to sign up, all you got to do is hit it. All you got to do is hit this calendar right here. Check it out. Next Tuesday, next Thursday, and Friday of next week, events for you guys. And then same for the following week, more events for you guys. All right, so we got a lot of events lined up for you guys, and we'll keep adding more events for December and November and January as well, because there's going to be the majors and then the championships, and then we'll just have extra events for you guys whenever you want to play. All right, so we're about to show you the leaderboard scores when we get a chance, but before we do, I want to kind of break it down one more time. So the way this works is not a certain amount of games you're going to play. It's all about getting to 50. Every team is fighting to get to 50. When you get to 50, that doesn't mean anything. All that matters is that you reach the 50-point mark so that you can have a chance to win it all. You're going to use placement points and elimination points to get there. But after 50, you have reached the match point threshold, which means you have to be #1 overall to win. Okay, that is the overall format and setup on how it works, guys. So you're eligible to win the moment you reach 50. So there can be 17 teams. I'm lying, but it's possible that 17 teams get to 50, and after like 5 or 6 games, all of a sudden everybody can win, but they have to get first place after reaching 50. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. We're just waiting for the leaderboard to be updated, and then we are a go. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a good run so far. Just chilled out. Special day for Extra Life, and we still got more in store. It's not even over yet. Got some great games going forward. So tune in, rock with us. It should be a good time today. And speaking of good time, I want y'all to know that for the holidays, we are going to have a little time off. As you saw on the calendar, November, we'll have that time off, and then we'll come back the end of November and have events for you, of course, December as well. So that's how that works. It should be really cool, and we gonna see. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us. Alrighty. With that in mind, I am going to show the leaderboards. I believe they're mostly up to date. And we are going to check it out. Of course, it might get a tweak or two, but I see the one you envy controlling the leaderboards for us, doing a really good job. Everybody go and hire this person. So the way this works, as you can see, there is a team with 50. So that doesn't mean that they have won. It doesn't mean anything unless on this next game or the next various amount of games, how many games it takes, they have to get first place overall. So Team DBG has reached the 50-point threshold. They went crazy that last game and did some amazing things. But the issue here is, can they win it all? They have to get first place. If they do, this tournament is over, then we move on. But if these other teams can eliminate them, it will keep them in the fight. And you can look at teams like Team Greece with 30, ACM with 29, Outcast with 23, Clappers with 21. Those top 5 teams and the teams below will get a special chance with this next matchup, because every single round has elimination multipliers. So now each elimination will be 3 points per elimination. So that is insane, to say the least, and super exciting. We will see how it all plays out. We are going to go ahead and get into game number 2. Should be a good one. Hope you guys are enjoying it as we go forward. Thank you so much for all the good times. All right. I'm excited. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We are just warming up. Man, game 3s and 4s tend to be the craziest, because you know there's a team to beat. Everybody in this lobby right now has to chase down DBG. They just have to. It is 100% a must to go after this team and take them out, because they have a chance to win it all. And these other teams, all they have to do is eliminate them and keep the tournament alive. Okay? And then they can try to get to 50. And if they reach 50, they as well will have a chance to win it all by getting first place. The only way to win this tournament, in one sentence, I'll make it simple. The only way to win this tournament is to reach 50 points, and then the next game or next games, as long as you can get to first place in one of the games after you reach 50. So DBG right now has their chance. This is their moment to prove they are great Apex Legends. We shall see. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I know I am. We're going to see what DBG can do. The matches are starting right now. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a view from DGB themselves to see how they're going to start this off, and can they really do something special to start this off right now. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 starting off right here, hot and heavy, with DBG trying to make a move right now, taking their time, looting up, preparing, and they're sitting very, very comfortable right now. I like their positioning. As you can see, they're deep and all alone in this area. There's not a lot of teams that drop here. Only Team Raven is the only team that dropped right next to them. So Thermal Station's a really, really great spot to land. There's a lot of goodies there. And if the map closed there, they would have been really set. But now they're going to have to rotate deeper in. Of course, Team Raven's right next door to them. That's the only team that can contest them at this very moment. But you like it. You like to see what we have right now by DGB. Very comfortable. They have a chance to win and finish this thing off for the tournament. So we shall see. Of course, like I said to you guys, these moments are easier said than done. They can possibly get eliminated quick. Maybe they'll survive and showcase some amazing gameplay. It's honestly anybody's game, and it's super early. A lot of teams won't bump heads until later on. So we are going to see, and we are going to go ahead and rotate around to see Team Phoenix, I believe. Actually, let's go ahead and watch where the fight is right now. One team fully eliminated already. And TRSE coming in, trying to make a name for themselves as well. One of the best things about Apex is you have a chance, okay? Might start off bad. You might get hit with a third party and lose the game, but all it takes is one good game and you got your momentum back and you start getting your flow back and things start falling in place. As you can see right now, TRSE getting some shots up, getting one of their players down, so they're hurting pretty bad starting off. Looks like, wow, Octane coming in hot with his jump pad. That was a really slick Octane. And man, Outcast is coming in guns blazing, perfect stuff. And they have the traditional composition here with Bloodhound, Octane, and Gibby. And we're gonna rotate around, see what they're gonna do here. Great stuff right here by Outcast. And again, this team right here is in 4th place at the moment, and they're gonna keep moving up the leaderboards with the amount of points that they're scoring, being able to take out another team here. So solid work by Team Outcast. And the most traditional loadout, R301 and EVA 8. If it works, don't try to fix it. You know, is that how the saying goes? We'll figure it out. But for me, I prefer the Flatline and the Peacekeeper if I was gonna have a shotgun and rifle. Flatline does more damage and has a bigger clip than the R301. Of course, R301 is way more reliable when it comes to recoil, but that's all about your skill level. Then secondly, the EVA 8 is an easy weapon. It's been broken for forever now, and they finally starting to reduce it and figure it out a little bit, which is helping the game drastically to balance it out. And I still feel the Peacekeeper in the right hands can be the best shotgun. But of course, it's preference. EVA gives you a chance to make mistakes, and also the rapid fire is ridiculous. So you can do a lot of damage with a lot of clips, rapid fire. It's really, really, really good. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around. There's already only 14 teams, and we're seeing DBG still in Thermite, very comfortable in this scenario. And they have stacked up all their loot. They're pretty much ready to win this already, and nobody's even close to where they are. And they're very, very comfortable and confident in this scenario. Now they're gonna have to rotate. We'll see what decisions they make in those rotations. We'll come back to them shortly. But we are gonna go ahead and move around and see what Team X is doing. And they are getting hit from far, but that's a pretty safe shot. It's not going to do much damage. Early on in this game, one of the hardest things is time to kill is very easy. If you get too comfortable, you'll go down very fast. As you can see right there, one of their players does go down, and they're trying their best to stay in this fight. Beautiful shots right there. Did not get nobody down, but man, he's all alone. And last player, Kayla, is gonna have to try to save them, but it looks like your clap is doing a good job. They're getting third partied. They're gonna have to back out. At least they got some downs, which helps them if they can finish that off, if the other team that's chasing them could finish it off. But that was really, really good stuff by Claps to escape the third party fight. You do not want to be in that. Again, we're in game number 3 with only one team able to be eliminated, and right now very, very comfortable where they are. So far so good by them. They're gonna hold this position. It looks like the real boys are not gonna be a threat, to be honest with you guys. And we are keeping an eye out for the team to beat DBG. They are still very safe. They left Thermite Station and now they have a chance to rotate deeper into the ring and play it safe. So we won't be seeing any action from them anytime soon, but we'll keep an eye out and let you guys know whenever things do get a little crazy. And we're gonna go ahead and rotate around, check out Team Rolex. I like the name, I really do. And then teammate is called Peaks of Time. That right there, two great things, right? I think for me, I'm not really much on Rolexes. I had one in my lifetime and I actually gave it away, and then it was a gift to me, and since it was a gift, I gave it. It's a long story. So, but Team Rolex here, they got to make some type of moves shortly here. They're in 17th place at the moment. And like I told you guys when we saw Forever One Family, they were trying to stay relevant, but they were hiding. And instead of hiding, they had to find a good position. Hold a good position and do what you're seeing right here. Rolex staying on the high ground and just popping off on teams from afar, forcing those teams to back off, forcing those teams to worry about them. Now, if you hide out in a corner and a team pushes you, you're in trouble because now you're surrounded. When you do it like this, if they push, they have to take your shots on the way in, which this is exactly the format you want to do if you're a good team. And this takes practice, and this takes learning about how to be a threat. As you can see right now, Rolex are getting third-partied by another team. While they were pushing down a team from the east, they have a team on the west pushing them right now. So very interesting, and they're going to go ahead and back out. Smart move. One of their players does not hit the zip line. Smart move. He can get beamed from up there. And he's trying to find his way to his teammates. It's a pretty slippery slope, but he made it. As you can see, Apex has some amazing parkour. The best in all of gaming, I'll just say. Just to be clear. And Rolex trying to stay alive here, but they have two teams on them. So they probably just want to rotate around and find a good position. To be honest with you guys, I just want to point out this is going to be an interesting round. DBG has a chance to win it all, and they are on the bottom of the map holding it. This is very, very smart and strategic to basically keep safe for the whole game. So while we're worrying about these other teams trying to make a name for themselves and push, we also have DBG who can win it all. So got to be very, very careful with that type of scenario. And teams are all starting to emerge onto each other. As you can see right here, ACM. It's going to be three teams, a cluster of teams right on top of each other, fighting each other. And we're seeing the triple take, my favorite shotgun slash sniper in the game. I was using that thing like a EVA 8 since it released. I loved it. And it went into the care package. And now it's back. So you'll probably see me back with it soon at some point. And right now, ACM trying to survive this third-party push, man, and it's insane. Great shots being ranged off right here. ACM doing a good job pushing back this team who's pushing them. They clear that out right there. Perfectly done. Now all they got to do is hold this position and keep control. Gonna rotate around and check in. And finally, Team DBG is in the mix now. They're gonna have to fight in this scenario coming up. It's gonna get dangerous for them. They have a team that they will be fighting here, and this is interesting. We're gonna keep an eye on them because they are at the bottom of the map here, and they're taking on a team to get into the ring and hold for the remainder of the time. So be very, very careful here on how this plays out. Looking really sharp. DBG just trying to use everything that they have. They got to survive this fight specifically. Perfectly done right there. Great Gibby bubble. And DGB's in the mix. There's another team coming in, going ahead and a third party in them, and now they got to get out of this situation. Ladies, we might see a game number 4. It's looking really, and it might just be in 100%. Yes, we are. Game 4 coming up just for you guys. Wow. Team Anarchy saves the lobby by eliminating DBG and giving us a game number 4. Wow. Incredible stuff by them. And honestly, Anarchy's in 6th place. And those points right there will be 3 points per elimination. And they've scored some good points off that. So it's not like they don't have a chance. Let's go ahead and switch over, though, and check out Team Raven Horizon as they go and use Seer's ultimate. And man, Seer and Ash together, I kind of like the combination. A fun little new legend setup. And right now Horizon deciding not to take this fight. It's dangerous. Now they have the high ground, a really nice position as well. I would not let this spot go. I'm not going to worry too much about pushing teams too heavily. I want to try to stay in control of this scenario. So we will see how this plays out. They do go through somebody else's portal and take that chance, which was very risky. And good stuff by Team Horizon, holding this high ground very comfortably. And you're gonna see some interesting stuff. The way this last ring is looking like it's gonna form could be interesting. You got Team Anarchy, Horizon, Rolex, Team X, Outcast, and ACM and Greasy all still alive. Top tier teams looking to score and try to get to 50 here. Interesting stuff. It could get wild, and I do believe some teams are going to be reaching 50 as well. So you're going to have multiple teams for game 4 with 50. It could get very serious and interesting on the next game. And Outcast playing it smart and safe. We're gonna go ahead and just rotate around and see who has the advantages here. I'm liking what I'm seeing by Team Grease. They're comfortable for this next round, but they do not have a lot of space to move when they rotate, so they got to be very careful on this scenario. ACM going ahead and trying to take this fight, moving deep in to enemy territory, pushing them back, taking out 2 of their players, and about to finish it possibly here. And yes, they do. Wow, amazing stuff by ACM. These guys are very serious today, and they're coming in to win it all, and I do believe they're gonna reach 50 in this game. They've scored more than, well, they actually have 14 to be exact eliminations on top of the placement. That should give them 14 eliminations plus placement. That should give them the win, possibly. As you can see, Outcast doing something great, holding their position as we saw them earlier. They rotated deeper to the right. This is one of the best spots in this situation. Of course, you would like to be dead center, but right now they're holding this corner pocket. Two teams next door to each other, while ACM holding the main center of where they can keep for a very long time. So I'm guessing ACM will be the most comfortable unless somebody decides to push them, and we will see. Team X is all by himself. Team Rolex as well by himself. It looks like Team Greasy will be battling it out against Outcast as they rotate deeper into the ring on this next scenario. So should be an interesting setup to see who moves first, takes this fight, and controls the situation. And right now, Team Greasy just playing a smart, as well as Outcast. They're holding their spots. And that's all you want to see from the teams with great positioning. But the rotation happens now, and you're going to see Greasy, if they do not notice, they're going to get hit from the right side here. And it's looking real good for Outcast if they can catch them off guard. Outcast is not too far from the ring, but this final ring, there's not a lot of room to play in. So it's going to be some wild fights to finish this next round off as it closes down right now. Okay, so finally Greasy sees Outcast, and they're pushing the pace here, trying to take the fight, but they want to rotate deeper into the ring and find somewhere to go. There's not many places to go. You want to just close it out. And Greasy getting hit with a Gibby bombardment and backing off deeper into the ring, finding a really perfect safe spot. Probably one of the best spots here, as we're going to rotate over to Outcast, who's pushing Team Greasy right now. And this is where Gibby's ability is the most critical. There's not many legends outside of Watson and Gibby who can really stop things, and I don't think Watson stops airstrikes. I believe she only stops projectiles, and that's something I've never tested. Wow, somebody in the chat, please inform me. From my knowledge, Watson cannot stop Gibby's bombardment or Bangalore's airstrike. So with that in mind, Gibby's the only legend, and I've been talking about this for a while. We need another Gibby style legend who can protect the teams. And I have an idea, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. We got 3 teams left. Team Greasy right here in the truck. ACM holding the high ground in the building, really smart and strategic. They're pushing in right now, doing a really solid job, getting some shots off and clearing out. It's only Team Greasy versus ACM, the grand finale and grand closing. And right now getting pushed extremely hard. Greasy's holding their spots, not pushing the pace, taking control here. I like what I'm seeing. It looks like Spooky's gonna go ahead and start to get aggressive. I like what I'm seeing by him right now. Flatline does not work out for him, and now we're seeing Tattoo trying to get it done, knocking one of the players and popping off to try to finish it off here. Good shots getting rained off, and no, ladies and gentlemen, There it is with an amazing win. And once again, guys, you're seeing greatness unfold before your eyes, as usual. You gotta love it. And I love it. Team ACM will 100% be at the 50-point threshold or higher because they went crazy in that round. We had an incredible round by them, and we are going to get a game 4 very shortly. So let's watch that replay so that you can see how game 3 finished off. And again, you had 2 last teams standing off, and this was a fair fight, guys. It can't get any more fair than this right here. It's a perfectly done scenario. And again, you would have thought, oh, wrong. You would have thought it would have been better. That flat line looking really lovely. Perfect shots being ranged off. And ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Very, very good, to say the least. We're going to go ahead, get ready for game number 4. It is just started. We are going to show you the leaderboards. We're going to wait for Envy to update them. And when she does, we'll give that to you. But just want to thank everybody for watching. All those who have come along the way. It's been a lot, and I mean a lot of people who have supported the cause for Extra Life. And I'm going to take 1 second to stop the tournament. We are going to continue game number 4 shortly. But right before we do, I want to talk about the charity and kind of present this to you guys very quickly. Okay, so this is the link that I'm sending you to. It's pretty much Extra Life, the actual website. Okay, and if you scroll down, you can see teams and some incredible people I've worked with. Shout out to my buddy, a good friend. He gives me big hugs every time. You see, he's just a great guy. Greg Miller with his Kind of Funny team. They got 69K. And then teams above, you know, Mason's Little Warrior. This is a special cause. Well, we won't get into every single person's cause, but different causes, all for different hospitals. It goes directly to hospitals of your choice. So you can easily join one of these teams or just go straight to their website. For example, Mason's Little Warrior raised a lot of money, 100K, 100 plus K. And all you got to do is hit the donate button. And from there, you can go ahead and punch in what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty basic, not too complicated. And these are official setups. Now, one thing you can also do, you can just research. If I typed in Boston, for example, if I typed in Boston, I can go ahead and see Extra Life Boston. This is another cool team that always raises money every year. And I can go and donate to Boston because I live in Boston right now. Or I can type in any other city that I'm in and possibly find where to donate and specific hospitals that I want to donate to. And you can do that right off of that website. Okay. So feel free to get yourself involved and get in on the games as we go. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and do the leaderboards shortly, but I want to just give you guys an understanding of what's happening. Teams are going to reach 50 now. It's going to be more than one team at the 50-point threshold. That means that they have a chance to win. But the only way for them to win is to hit first place overall after they reach 50. So right now, all the teams that will reach 50 have a chance to win it. Okay. Now for the teams that are in the lower bracket that are not at 50, there's a multiplier. Game number 4, you're going to get 4 points per elimination. So you eliminate 3 players in one team, you eliminate a full team, 3 players, you're gonna get 12 points. All right, because it's game number 4. So you're talking about top tier stuff. Okay. So be ready for that. And with that in mind, I am going to show the leaderboards, hoping that MV confirms that the new stats are out. I'm excited about it. Should be good. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching 3 teams right now, maxed out, ready to go with 50 points. We saw the last game that DBG could have won it all on game 3, but they got eliminated. They did not get first place. So that gave these other teams, and it's going to continue to give other teams, a chance to win it all. So super cool and exciting. Possibilities here are endless. Okay. And that's what we got. And I'm very, very excited about this next one because it is game 4. It is possible that any of these 3 top teams could win. Check it out. ACM, who was going crazy last game, has over 50. DBG and Team Greasy all have over 50. That means if they get first place, they will win big time. So it is an insane setup, to say the least. And right before we get into game number 4, I am going to let you watch the leaderboards for a couple seconds, because I know some people want to know what's going on. And then we're going to start game 4 right now in less than 60 seconds. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially back and ready to go. It is going down right now. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's about to happen. Game number 4 should be crazy, to say the least. Going into game number 4, where teams are fighting not only to try to get to 50, but to eliminate the teams who are already at 50. And another big shout out, we have some amazing stuff. We've been talking about the charity a little bit, but I want to talk about these kids playing in our tournament who are young and, you know, first time experiences in competitive scenes. It's not an easy thing. You know, we can all share our first time ever playing in anything competitive. You know how it goes. Never mind multiplayers that can be difficult to play in with really sweaty players. You also get top tier pro players who do this for a living, Okay? And imagine going up. I couldn't imagine as a kid going up against pro players who do it for a living. It's insane. So really fun and excited to see what they can do here. Team Forever One family. Really cool to have them on board. Honored, to be honest. And with that in mind, we're gonna keep it pushing and see where everybody is. We have multiple teams in the area. We know what team can win. Simple as that. There's only 3 teams that can finish this event right now. The rest of the teams are fighting to be able to eliminate them and reach 50. So ACM, GDB, and Team Gracie, all 3 teams have a chance to win, but they got to be very careful because if they get eliminated, they will lose. So we are gonna see. Should be interesting to say the least. Oh man, I'm very excited about this one right here. It could be a great finish, some great teams, or we'll get one of the new guys to surprise us and eliminate the top dogs. Gonna rotate around and just check on teams. There is a fight going on that we are going to look into. And here it is right here. Team Raven versus Rolex. And right now, 2 of their players are down. And it looks like Team SWAT wants to take this fight with the Peacekeeper. Still my favorite shotgun of the game, even with a broken EVA 8. It's funny because the EVA's been broken for years, but the players don't complain about it enough. Honestly, the pro players, there's some who do, but it's rare. Oh my, they're about to get third parties. Team SWAT going in for the action. What I advise people that are playing in these tournaments is to just relax and let loose. Do not get caught up in the hype. Do not get, you know, nervous. None of that. Don't play safe. What I mean by that is just play the way you play. The more comfortable you are playing the way you play, the better you'll be. And it's really important as a team to have that synergy. As you can see, Team Clap in the mix for the third party fight. These guys really good at third partying. They really come in and do some work. Right now, they don't have the best third party fight here, but they're trying to go for it. And it's super interesting because there's so many good teams. And when you can surprise a great team, it is super interesting. I would actually jump on the jump tower and just land on top of them like a madman. And now that third party fight is underway, but it looks like Team Clap can't get it done. So TRSE sitting comfortable, trying to make a name here and get themselves back up on the leaderboards. Of course, Outcast was in the middle of that fight and they escaped. There's a lot of scenarios going on with multiple teams in battle. Beautiful stuff right here by Outcast. Man, these guys are so good. And Team Outcast currently in 4th place with 48. Right now, they scored enough to get to 50. So next game, if there is a next game, they will have a chance to win it all. And at the moment, sitting very comfortable. Outcast already with 50. They just need to work on eliminating the top teams who are eligible to win it all. So you got to go after Team Aces. You got to go after Team Greece. These are the teams you have to take out. DBG also needs to be eliminated if these teams want to win. So we're going to keep an eye out on the teams who are still eligible to win it all. And I would like to advise any players. I just want to talk about this kind of a personal message for any player that plays in our tournaments and get discouraged, who feels like, hey, I'm not good enough to compete. Understand one thing. If you're not putting in hundreds of hours to practice, improve, if you're not contacting or talking to other top players, playing with other top players, or playing in ranked at high levels, you know, when you get to Diamond or Masters and things like that, if you're not doing that, then don't expect yourself to outperform the players who are giving hundreds of hours of this game, or the players who play with pro players, or the players who are pro players. Do not expect yourself to perform as good as them. You have to put in the effort. This goes with anything in life. You got to put in the hard work to get good. That's just how life works. This has nothing to do with Apex alone. It's with anything that you do. You got to put in the time and the effort. And for the young kids who kind of get lazy and don't want to put in that time and effort, I promise you, everything in the world will take time and effort. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's work, whether it's gaming and fun times. Having fun isn't always just, you know, hey, I just jumped on this. Sometimes you got to put in the work to have the type of fun you want to have competitively. So I encourage you to never give up and to continue, specifically in events like this where there's probably, you know, other events you can sign up for. Sign up and just keep trying. And then also play in ranked. Try to get up high so that you can play against top players. The higher you go up, the more you're going to face really good players. And that is my advice, and I hope that you guys take it. And let's take a quick look. ACM sitting comfortable, still strong. Team Greece, another team that can win it all. Very comfortable. Alrighty, and right now, Team Greasy just relaxing. ACM also relaxing. It looks like all the top teams are still in the mix with 11 teams left. Could get very, very, very interesting later on. We got Team Phoenix getting scanned right now. They got to be very careful in this scenario. There's a Seer versus a Seer. Good information. They have a legend that I like to play with Seer, which is Bangalore. She becomes pretty powerful, but also I don't like the fact that Bangalore's smoke can be detected through everything. I believe it should have some type of technology where no scanner, whether it's Bloodhound or Seer, can see her when they scan through the smoke. Just an opinion. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and watch this right now. Team Phoenix is battling it out with Horizon. Horizon right above Team Phoenix and doing a solid job pushing them back, but they're deciding to back off of this fight. Horizon not wanting to take that fight. Let's go ahead and rotate around and see what these teams are doing and how everybody's playing. Claps once again in 5th place with 41 points. They can score big right now consistently and move up there and take it to the next level. We're going to see if they have what it takes. ACM just preparing for the last fights. That's super interesting from them. Honestly, I feel like Outcast is sitting pretty good. They're about to get hit for a third-party scenario. They got to be very careful about how this all works out for them. They have Greece right next door to them. So one of the teams who can win it all is right here with them. So pretty much anybody's game here if they can take them out. Gonna keep an eye out. Team Greece with an R301 banging some good shots. Trying to heal up. Homeboy Spooky's pushing the pace, trying to make sure that they don't allow this team to escape, and really aggressive here, and they're deciding to get out. And they're gonna have to be very careful because the team's right behind them. Look at this, DBG in the building as well. They can take this fight here right below. Popping some really good shots here. And again, another team that's eligible to win still in the mix. 11 teams still left. Very early here, but man, oh man, it's about to get real. Beautiful stuff by DBG right here, just cleaning up shop and making sure they handle it properly. Outcast down a player, down 2 players, but man, oh man, DBG just taking care of business. We're gonna rotate around and check on the teams that are left. We might have all 3 teams that are eligible to win still alive and in comfortable positions, so that's interesting. Outcast down to their last player. Great stuff by DGB. And man, oh man, they got a Outcast hiding out pretty much. Ladies and gentlemen, will the lobby shut down DBG or ACM as well as Greasy? Those are the 3 teams that are eligible to win, and they're still in this lobby at this very moment. As you can see right now, it's about to go down. ACM about to take a fight. And they're just trying to hold the best position in the game here. These trains are very, very awkward because there's windows and doors, and it's a lot of angles to be careful about. But they can be very, very critical for it with a good team who masters on how to defend this and how to be aggressive with this. And we are going to see how it all plays out. In my mind, what I'm thinking about right now, guys, is will the two teams that are eligible to win end up fighting? Or will it be a standoff with other teammates who can save the lobby? We shall see. Rishi popping some shots right now against Team X, and X going down to their last player. Look at it right here. Greasy staying alive and eliminating another team. They are the kill leaders. Beautiful stuff right now by Team Greasy, just killing it. And ACM holding one of the best positions right now and not backing down as they pop off 95% damage there with the flatline. I love seeing flatline users when they pop in and out of fire. ACM sitting super comfortable right now, and DBG's trying to shoot at them and trying to help eliminate them, but that is a very tall task to ask when a team is this hot. DBG doing a good job to just push him back a little bit. Again, ACM is top tier right now. They have the God spot, and it looks like their teammate is getting super aggressive. He gets melted on unnecessary push. But man, oh man, we'll see how this one plays out shortly. Beautiful stuff here by ACM. Can they survive? And it looks like they're about to eliminate. One last player left. Unreal. DBG only has one player left. ACM eliminating two of their guys. And here it is right here. Can he finish it off? And he does. DBG is officially hurting. And we're going to see how this one plays out for Team Greasy. Greasy and ACM are the only teams alive, but they're both down players. That is insane. It's anybody's game to win. Will this be the grand finale for Team Greasy or Aces? We will see. These are the last two teams eligible to win it all. You're watching Game 4 of a qualifiers for the Core Battle League tournament series for Apex Legends. And man, oh man, the Legacy series just beginning last week, and we've already had multiple games, some really great stuff, and now we're down to the wire with the final two teams missing a player each. So they're both trying to figure this scenario out, and it's dangerous out here, folks. They're right below and above each other. They might end up fighting each other right here. It looks like it's gonna happen, and they get eliminated. Grand finale. Greasy, the only team eligible to win in this lobby. Everybody else is going to save the lobby and give us a game 5, possibly. We shall see. Beautiful shots by Team Greasy. They still have a chance. They have two players, and they can push this pace right now. Team Greasy, the only team eligible to win on game 4. If they get eliminated, everybody else has a chance, and they can get right back in the fight. So many points given out in this game. I'm sure we'll have more players at 50 if Team Greasy gets eliminated. But if Team Greasy can find a way to win this right now, we are going to be sitting with a new champion for today. And they get hit really hard at getting pushed. Can they finish it off? Rafe saves herself and backs off for a second here. Really good cue right there, but she has to be very careful. They are possibly going to be pushing her. And there they go. Wraith versus Wraith. Can it be done? Last players alive. 1 versus 1. Team Greasy for the win. Possibly. Or... And they are hurting pretty bad down low. They're going to have to try to climb back up. She uses her Q to get all the way around. And Team Anarchy finds a way to save the lobby. And we're going into game number 5. Who would have thought that that would be how it all plays out? Wow. Great performance right now. Just incredible stuff by both teams. But man, you gotta love what you saw right there by Team Anarchy coming back and saving the lobby. As you can see right here, there was a moment that you thought Greasy was gonna finish it off and get it done. They end up taking out 2 of the players, only 1 player left, but this was a tough, tall task to ask as they got hit pretty hard with no shield, and they slowly started trying to heal up here, but it's not enough. And man, oh man, great stuff by Team Anarchy coming back. And I'm sure after all those kills and points that they've scored, they're going to be right back on the board very shortly. Great stuff. Guys, I'm super excited about what's happening and what's coming. So this is a replay. We are going to go ahead and show you the schedule and be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. Oh man, we are about to get into game number 5. That was a crazy situation. It's literally coming down to the wire now. You're gonna have a lot of teams over 50 pretty much be ready for the grand finale, and it's looking good. I would like to take a minute to give a shout out to the one and only, the best of us all, see the one you envy, who runs our leaderboards and pretty much is always spot on with that. And we're gonna look at the leaderboards right now, and guys, it's kind of crazy. I'm just gonna be real. You have 6 teams with over 50 points. You talk about greatness at its finest. That is it right there. 6 teams with over 50 points. I repeat, that means 6 teams can win game number 5. What I mean by win is finish this tournament. That means that's it. They qualify for the majors if they can get this next game. That is the question. That is the hope. That is the possibility. So super excited about that. It should be very interesting, to say the least. So hope you guys are enjoying it. I know I am right now. It's going to get wild for the next game. We give the players a couple of minutes to kind of gather themselves. They've been working really hard. This isn't easy, guys. This takes a lot of time and effort and energy from them. So we're giving them a quick break in between this game to give them a second to pretty much get on ball. So be ready for what's coming. It should be good. It should be a fun night of the finale here. Possibly, again, it can keep going, guys. This might not end. It might just continue forever. We'll just keep on playing over and over and over and over, because you don't know who's going to close it out. Okay, it can be anybody's game now, or we can go to game 6. That's how good it could be. So stick with us. Check out these scoreboards. We're gonna be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, the scores just got updated. This is the final scores. I just wanted to give y'all an update. We're about to start game number 5 right now. We're literally in the mix, about to go crazy with game number 5, and it's looking real good for you guys. and I'm super ready to go. Thank you guys for tuning in and being with us. This is just the beginning of what we got going on for you guys, but the qualifiers are looking real good with top teams about to take off and get the ball rolling. So less than 2 minutes, we're starting this off right now. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, thank you so much for tuning in. We've had a great day so far. This might be the last game of the night. We might actually see a winner very shortly. Who knows? In the end of the day, it's really all about top teams performing and putting on a show. So all those that are watching from EA, Respawn, Apex Legends developers, or in general, esports teams and communities that come and watch my events, you can go ahead and recruit these guys, get them on your team. This is not, we're not recruiting these players to make them a part of the core battle leagues. We're showcasing them for you guys. So feel free to sign these guys, get them the biggest deals in the world, and put them on your rosters. Okay. And then just remember that we are the best to showcase in the world. So rock out and get it. We're starting up right now. The matches are actually loaded in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially starting. We're going to start with one of my favorite teams, and such an incredible team, and just great people and great players. A cousin, well, family, basically, hanging out, playing this game as well. Since these are qualifiers and everyone's eligible, this team right here gets to play with their family and kind of compete in tournaments and do what they can. Last season, they did amazing and jumped into our championship rounds, somehow putting in work in the qualifiers and majors, doing really great stuff. And we love R99. It's funny enough, this team feels like they scouted me a little bit, because R99 has been my favorite weapon. The vault as well is right there close to it. And right now, to be honest with you guys, the new car might steal the show. Feel really good about that weapon. I feel very confident with it, as far as it feels kind of like a R301 to me. Since I use submachine guns all the time, you know, you can't really use a R99 the way you use a 301 where you can hit long range shots. But with the way the car is set up, I'm loving it. So shout out to R99, the team, not the gun. And big respect to them, team captain Covert Ops and Bella Clutch, doing some work today trying to get it going. Look at this brand new area, guys. You can activate and purchase different weapons in this area. Really cool feature that not a lot of people know about. And if you don't know where this is, just look at the map and you'll see it's at the edge right here in a really cool spot. I don't know how cool it's gonna be when R99 gets into a fight with Team X, but we're gonna find out shortly. But just a quick breakdown so you to see what's going on and know how it all works. I just wanted to give you guys that rundown on that. So we appreciate you guys and hope you guys are enjoying the show. So far it's been a good one for me, and we are gonna have special guests and take things up a notch, but for today, a solo artist as usual. So if you want to help out, go ahead, head to my Discord. Maybe say you want to help out, do casting. Maybe you want to do some help with the leaderboards. Maybe you want to help with thing. We'll check you out and we'll talk from there. And right now, Team X is getting hit by R99, who's not playing around. They're pushing the pace and they're not taking no for an answer here. And I like it. I like it. It's gonna get interesting. And R99 trying to heal up a little bit. I like the fact they don't fully heal. Sometimes people get obsessed with healing instead of fighting, and you actually rather take a fight and don't leave your teams dry, basically. Beautiful shots, and R99 putting in the work, getting the job done, eliminating the one and the only Team X. And that is a good start for them. Sitting comfortable. Only 12 teams left. Should be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, there's a lot of teams eligible to win. So it's literally anybody's game right now. We're going to go ahead and run down the list so you can know more or less. Team ACM is eligible to win. Outcast is also eligible to win. Team Greasy can win it all as well right now. Your Clapped can also win it all. Okay, so those teams are in the top of the leaderboards, eligible to win, while the rest of these guys are fighting to make a name for themselves. And look at this right here. Forever One family being cool, smart, and taking care of business right here, exploring the map and learning some new things. You can tell they're like, hey man, this is cool, we need Bloodhound. They're trying to figure it out, man. And this is, like I said, a young kids trying to figure the game out, but also playing and trying to compete against top players. And this is the day we live in now, where even though you're young, you can compete in these high level events. Even if you don't know the game as much, you can grow and develop in the process. And this is a good thing. So with that in mind, we're going to swap on over and check in on some of the teams that are eligible to win it all. And right now, super early, but the bad positioning can hurt you. And right now, DBG, a team that is eligible to win, is very comfortable in the ring at the bottom of the ring. And I do think that ring will end in this area. So if you see, thermite might be the location somewhere between trees and thermite. The way the map is starting to close should be fairly interesting to see how that plays out, but could be a fun night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and rotate around to some of these teams on the bottom of the bracket. Who has a chance to catch right back up? A lot of times teams at the bottom of the bracket during these situations don't feel too happy about their situation. They might get discouraged and they probably won't play the same. But I promise you, if you stay consistent, especially in these tournaments where the multiplier can give you, in one game you can score 50+ points. Literally in game number 5, every elimination is 5 points, so you can literally catch back up. You take out a couple of teams and you'll be good to go. You take out 3 teams and an extra player and you are literally in a game. And that has happened before, and who knows if teams will get that done. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around and look to see where this action is right now. It's looking like ACM is in the fight right now against Team Claps. Team Outcast trying to stay in the fight as well. There's so many teams eligible to win. It could be very, very interesting on how this one plays out. DBG still in the mix. A lot of great teams happening right now. It's your chance to win it all, but those teams below can easily eliminate these guys and basically save the lobby for everybody else. Speaking of save the lobby, Team Greasy getting hit pretty hard. And you love to see the efforts. And right now, that's Team Delta trying to save this lobby right now. Getting hit pretty hard from behind. Great shots by Team Greasy. Spooky using that flatline. Once again, got into a lot of debates with the pro players about this, but the flatline's better. And I've been saying it for about a year now. And I don't know, what people's feelings are about that as far as the general public, but from the pro players perspective, since the R301 is so reliable, they prefer it. It's just easier. But if you really want to be the top tier, top player, you learn to deal with the recoil from the flatline and you'll be able to do some serious damage. And I honestly think it's worth having, in my opinion. My humble opinion. But again, it's preference too. Most players are casual, so the R301 will be the favorite for the general public. But personally, I prefer, if you want to get good, pop out that flatline. And we still have 10 teams, still some good stuff happening. We're gonna see what everybody's doing, and they're taking their time right now, not forcing the issue. I like it. I like it. I like it. A lot of teams playing smart here and taking their time. This is what you want to see when it comes to competing. You don't want to force and play sloppy. And R99 about to just rotate deeper down the rabbit hole. And man, oh man, this rotation was tough. Gets taken down, and now R99 getting hit by Team Greasy. Grease doing a good job being able to eliminate one of R99's players. So this gives them the advantage, and now they can kind of play a little more aggressive and have more confidence in this fight because they know their team is capable taking on 2 versus 3. Ooh, shots raining off, and Greasy just taking control of the situation, getting some damage, but also just really in a groove. And that's what you want to see. But we're going to rotate around and try to find out what's the scenario. Claps, another team that's eligible to win, holding a high ground here. It's a decent spot, but man, these spots are dangerous, right? You try to hold high grounds in certain areas, but anything could happen. So it's kind of a give or take situation. Nine teams left, and a lot of the teams that are eligible to win still have a chance. And again, you're seeing a lot more strategic play, knowing that they have a chance to win if they get first place overall. And this is a format that not everybody's familiar with. I try to tell the players, read the rules, or at least watch my videos. I have tutorials on all of this. So hopefully that'll help people understand the system, and we'll break it down a little deeper as we go, but definitely. And right now, DBG doing a good job to rotate deeper into the ring. We're going to go ahead and watch Outcast about to get eliminated down to their last player, guys. This could be a really bad situation if he cannot capitalize and stay alive. Here it is, the last fight. Beautiful shots, and somehow he wins, and now he can pick up his teammate, and they are going to be sitting comfortably on a revive. But can he stay alive with a third party possibly coming in to take the fight? There's a lot of other action that's going to be happening shortly around the map. So 8 teams left, 4th round going down in game number 5. It's a lot of numbers thrown at you, but man, it could be anybody's game. And of course, Outcast might be down a player, but it doesn't mean that they're going to lose the game, because they still have a chance to revive their player, or at least win with 2 players. Honestly, you can win easily with 2 players. You just got to time your third party fights perfectly. And we shall see. And this is going to get crazy on this next round, guys. A lot of teams will have to close out and get deeper into the ring. So it's going to be interesting how it all plays out. Team claps. Look at this. They're looking at magazines, folks. Titanfall lore. The Frontier Guide. Okay, okay. And super interesting by ACM to take the time to do that during the tournament. You love to see it, guys. You love to see it. Great stuff right now. Personally, I love it. ACM sitting comfortable right now, not too worried. DBG just trying to get themselves good positioning. They're on the edge of one wall, but they probably will get hit from the sides depending on the scenario. Beautiful stops by Raven Horizon here. Raven Horizon has been putting in some work. Team captain spotlight. You know, he is a great leader. He's been building teams and then also playing in these tournaments and doing a good job overall. It's not easy to play Apex, and to improve, all it takes is more effort. And I give him credit to consistently improve and consistently not give up. And these are how winners are made. When you talk about people that are successful, it's really basically people who did not give up. The rest of the world did give up, and this guy right here is showcased. He will not give up, and rotating his team further down the line, and that's not a bad spot there to hold. We'll see how this plays out for them. And they're getting hit at this very moment, and there's teams battling it out right now. And I like where Claps is. They're probably going to hold this for the remainder of the game. A lot of teams going at it right now. Team Horizon in the thick of it. Beautiful shots being ran off with the R99. Good third party push right here. Beautiful shots here, and Horizon getting it done. The team captain showcasing he's not just an owner of the esports organization, he's also a player president. Wow, beautiful stuff by him to take that third party and clean it up and finish it off. And now we're down to the last 5 teams. It's gonna get very real right now. Super exciting to see how this could end. And Team SWAT trying to push the pace and clear it up. Man, oh man. Taking out one of Raven's players. Doing a good job here. Outcast. Got to be careful. There's multiple teams in this area. This is the grand finale, grand closing. It's going to be a wild finish, to say the least. Here it is. Round 6. The grand finale, folks. See what happens. It looks like Team Phoenix is doing a good job staying alive here and holding their position for the moment. And there's 5 teams left. Team Horizon with 1 player left. SWAT about to come up out from under the tunnel and take a fight. ACM still sitting very comfortable where they are right now. And Outcast trying to survive right now as they get hit from two sides. Third party push. Can they get it done? Looking real good for It's Blue. And right now, shots being ran off. 4 teams left, guys. There's still players who are eligible to win, but also 2 teams that are not eligible to win in the mix right now. Will we get a finale, or will this end up being chaos? As you can see, raining off. It's looking like the Gibby bombardment is coming down right on top of Outcast, and they clean up shots, taking out one. They take out ACU. The last team eligible to win is Outcast. Can they finish this and somehow win this match? It's a one-on-one. I mean, it's a last 2 teams and last player. Outcast trying to win it all. Can they do it? It's looking like Phoenix is gonna save the lobby. We are going to a game 6. Unbelievable. I did not expect that. Out of nowhere, Phoenix has risen and somehow found a way to give us a game 6. Incredible. Let's take a quick look and see how all that played out. You gotta give them big time credit to be able to do that right there. Unreal to see how the Phoenix has risen. And ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix went from very low to a team who possibly will be reaching 50 in that game and have a chance to win on the next one. A lot of teams were going wild and scoring big, and I'm sure we have more teams that are eligible to win it all. But man, oh man, Phoenix found a way to win this. And of course, Outcast only had 2 players, so they were hurting, and this scenario played out perfectly for the Phoenix to rise. And man, oh man, we have some great games coming for you guys right now. And it is not over yet. All right, you're watching the qualifiers of Apex Legends Tournament Series, and we are still in it to win it, and we're about to go into game number 6 right now. So stay tuned. We're going to show you the leaderboards shortly, and hope you guys are excited as I am about it. Should be some great stuff. I'm gonna be right back. Just check out the leaderboards, and we'll be right back with game number 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into game number 6. That was insane. Who would have thought it'll be that great? And we're almost at the grand finale. It doesn't usually go this long, to be honest with you, but you know, teams are not giving up. They are fighting back, and it's amazing. And Phoenix has risen. They have tons of points here with 56 points. Then Raven Horizon also with 51 points. Scores are still being updated, but man, oh man, we are right there. About to begin game number 6 right now. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you don't know how this works, if you're just getting here, basically we're playing match point format, and teams are trying to get to 50. Once they reach 50, they have to get number 1 overall. So be sure to see that we have 9 teams at this moment with over 50 points, which is insane, to be honest with you. But that's what we got going on. And we're going to get the next game going right now. Good luck to everybody. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. And we're going to start the next game shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially getting it going for game number 6. Who would have thought we've gotten this far? It's kind of insane, but it's also amazing at the same time. Somehow all of those 6 teams couldn't get to first place, and Phoenix has risen. But also right there with them is Horizon and Team SWAT, all right in the thick of it now. So we got a lot of teams eligible to win it all. So you never know how this is going to play out. We're going to see how it all rolls. And let's just give a quick shout out to these teams all dropping. We're going to see what happens in this next scenario. Should be a good time. We hope you appreciate it. Going into game number 6 as we fix our text here. Set and ready. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far. The craziness. Who would have thought it would have went to game 6? It's really, really good stuff. Loving what I'm seeing right now. SWAT jumping into the fire. This is the hottest zone to drop in World's Edge. There's always some action going on, always something going on. So we'll see how they survive here. I'm sure they're not the only team in the vicinity. As you see, ACM close by. But this is a really, really, really hot spot to drop, as there's 2 teams in the area. Actually, look at this. They have this whole area to themselves. So lucky them. Only one other team close by, and it's clapped. We're going to see how this plays out for everybody. Big props, big respect to all the teams who have played today, lasting a little longer than normal. We usually start and it ends in 3 hours. Right now, it's 2 hours and 50 minutes, but with the way this game's last 20 minutes or so, we'll be 10 minutes behind on our regularly scheduled program, but that's perfectly fine. And right now, right off the rip, Rolex rolling and eliminating Team Forever One Family right off the bat. Props to Rolex for being able to get themselves tons of points. Remember, the multiplier is in place, and now they're going to be getting big bonus points for that. So Rolex currently at 16, but with that team elimination, they scored basically almost 20 points off of that one elimination. 18 points off that. So super interesting. We'll see what happens. Teams need to get first place. Whoever reaches 50, whoever has 50 or and above needs to get first place. So super interesting and exciting to see how cats play this. With that in mind, should be a really good run now for other teams as they all try to figure out what they're going to do. A lot of this match is going to be about placement and teams focusing on staying alive. And right now, Team Delta about to get in some work, see what they can do going forward from here. And it's smart, taking their time, not pushing the pace. I like it. Team R99 right next door to Delta and looking to take the fight. They're going to go ahead. What you want to see from these guys right here is a little more aggression. R99 needs to get on the board and get back up to the winning stance. Right now, they're in 11th place with 28. That is not enough to get them over the hump to the 50-point mark. So seeing that team there should have made them take the fight and say, let's go for it. Especially if your team has blue and purple shields the way they do. It's necessary to take the fight and not stall. Shots being popped off, and right now they're just taking it easy. And again, a team with this on the bottom of the bracket, I suggest to get aggressive. Teams that are at the top with over 50, all they got to worry about is first place. So it's one of those things where only teams that have 50 can play placement. The rest have to try to get some kills and score some points, some actual points in this. Team Horizon using my favorite Valkyrie. She's one of my favorites. I mean, you don't even have to go nowhere sometimes. Calling her ultimate can just give you scouting news and information you need. So we will see how this plays out. Right now, Greasy trying to get in the fight, and they're about to take some shots off. Good stuff with the R99. He's about to get hit and somehow eliminating. Cleaning up right there. Perfectly done. Great stuff right there by Team Greasy. Now they're pretty much loot up, get themselves prepared, and pretty much close this out. We're gonna go ahead and rotate around and check where everybody's at. Everybody's rotating, taking their time, and doing a good job right now. Loving what I'm seeing by most of these teams, putting in work, getting the job done. As far as placement, one of the problems with a lot of players that play video games, they think it's all shoot, shoot, shoot. But if you want to be great, you have knowledge of positioning, rotation, being able to know how to get in and out and things like that. So right now, that's what we're going to see at its best from these teams who understand the map, understand how to rotate, find the best positions, not put themselves in vulnerable places. And this will help them win more than the actual gun play. If you're a great shooter, but you're getting third partied and you got bad positioning, you're gonna feel the pressure. And we're gonna look around. As you can see, Horizon getting hit with the one and only Crypto. Somebody, oh, actually, apologies, I thought it was Crypto. That was actually Ash. As you can see right here, shots at Ash. Gibby about to drop his ultimate with no fear, so he can back off and get to his teammates here, as he's all alone in this situation. Dangerous. And Crypto's drone sitting real comfortable right now by Team Delta. Team Delta trying to go after her Horizon. So it's a lot of battles going on, but nobody's really engaging fully just yet. So this is the part of the game. And right now, in the middle of this situation, here it is. Horizon finally taking shots and about to engage. It looks like they want to push this, but at the same time, they're backing off. "11 teams left, guys. We got a lot of teams left, and everybody's playing smart, strategic, worrying about placement, not focusing on rushing attacks and things like that. Most of these teams are still eligible to win it all. You're talking about very close finish here. And talking about who can win Team SWAT, almost everybody in the lobby outside of Rolex. If we take a quick look and see who's still left. Actually, there's multiple teams who aren't in the 50 mark yet. So you have Omega, you have Rolex, you have Team X, all eligible. I mean, all not eligible. So it's 3 teams still not eligible. The rest are capable of winning it. And right now we're looking at Phoenix. They're going to commit to this fight. We're finally going to get a fight. It's been a while. 11 teams, and they're going to push this pace right now and try to take this elimination. Got to be very careful to not get eliminated. Great shots here by T-Meds. Looks like they want to push right now. Team Clapped is being aggressive, and Phoenix is gonna back out of there. They're not comfortable in that situation. It's looking real good for Phoenix. Their confidence is very high. See if they can finish it off. Beautiful shots with the flat line and popping some good shots off here and taking their time. Got to be very, very careful, not get third party, but good stuff right here by Clapped. Getting aggressive, trying to make a move and really do their job. Perfectly done right there. I love what I'm seeing by this team. Solid, solid, solid performance by Claps. And they are eligible to win, and they're actually fighting Horizon, who's also eligible to win. So both teams eligible to win. They do not want to lose this, so they got to be very careful on how this is played. And solid stuff by Team SWAT here, coming in to push the pace also. Everybody's poking shots. Nobody's finishing just yet. Still super interesting to see how this one plays out. And right now, Horizon, Claps, and SWAT all in the mix right here. And Horizon playing it smart and safe, backing off just a little bit. Gotta be very careful. And right now, the superior team was SWAT, who pushed everybody out of that building, cleaned up, and took care of business there. Clapped is about to come back, and here it goes right now. Greasy with 2 players wiping out. Look at this, shots being fired. Look at the ability of Greasy, even with 2 players still being aggressive and taking care of business. There's a lot of teams left on the board, guys. It is getting wild, and it's looking good, and I'm really excited about what's next on this. Only 7 teams left. Team X, Team Omega, and Delta are teams that are not eligible to win. So if they win this and become first overall, we're getting a game 7. I wouldn't have thought that would have happened, but hey, it happens. Who knows how this plays out? Teams eligible to still win. Team SWAT, Clapped, Greece, Horizon, all eligible to win right now. We shall see. It's going to get very, very interesting shortly. And I'm loving where Team Claps is. They have the advantage and positioning perfectly. This might be the team to beat, guys. Clapped holding the best position in the map. Greasy holding underground best position in the map. This is the rat spot. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around and see how this ends here. Horizon about to get finished. Last player on their team. We shall see what Horizon can do from this situation. Gonna let you guys just listen to the audio. I'll be right back. Enjoy. Wow, the insanity right now. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Both teams can win the game. We're about to see a champion moving on to the majors from these qualifiers. Amazing stuff by SWAT Esports and also Team Clapped. Who will win is the question. The final fight begins now. Team Clap pushing in, trying to get the shots off. Can they get it? Beautiful, massive shots. And there it is, folks. Grand finale. Team Claps closing it out and getting the win. Incredible finish by Clapped. Wow. And that, my friends, is your winners. All right. Amazing stuff by Team Clapped. They had the chance to win last game. They didn't. Now they finally close it out. And you got a winner. Let's watch that replay. With the last 60 seconds, both these teams had position. And they basically were trying to fight step by step, mano a mano, dueling it out. And it was an incredible performance, to say the least. Wow. You gotta love what you saw. Now, first and foremost, thank you to everybody who's played. All of you helped make this a great show, from teams like Forever One Family, the Real Boys, Rolex, Delta, Omega, Team X, Catalyst, R99, Horizon, Phoenix, SWAT, Anarchy, DBG, Team Outcast, Greasy, and ACM. Thank you so much. But congratulations to Clapped here. As you can see, they really were pushing the pace. This massive shots did a lot of damage to help them finish these guys off and close it all the way out and get the win in an incredible performance, to say the least, guys. And man, oh man, what a night it was. It was a night. So congratulations the Team Clapped, who got the job done, did what they came to do, and closed it out. They finished it in great fashion, in a perfect performance when it comes to that finale there, making sure they got the win. And it's exactly what you want to see. We went a little bit further along with the games, and man, it was still impressive to see a team come back, and all these other teams come back and give these other guys a chance. I mean, give these other guys a fight. And of course, Clapped finished it off, performed extremely well. Congratulations. It was a very, very great showcase. And you officially have moved in to the majors. You are going to be able to compete against the best of the best. But these qualifiers are not over, guys. We still have a lot more coming for you guys. So feel free to hit us up on Discord and get in ASAP. And talking about ASAP, let's go to the schedule so you can see on next Tuesday. You can sign up today. Go to our Discord and sign up. Check out Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday for next week, or come back the following week. All of November we have events. Of course, for the holiday week, we are letting you guys enjoy your vacation time with your family, hopefully. And if you don't have family, hit me up and we'll talk, you know, probably play some games or talk about games and just kind of forget about all that stuff. All right. But man, oh man, feel free to get on board with this. It was a great night. I'm just waiting for Envy to give us the updates on the scores, and then we'll be good to go for the night. It was a special day to say the least. And I'm super grateful for everybody who's come on board and played with us in these events. So thank you once again. We're not done yet. We're going to just talk about a couple of things. A lot of guys come into these tournaments and don't even read the rules. And then they want to ask me halfway through the game, hey, man, what's it? Come on, bro. Check out the rules. It's not hard, man. It's easy stuff. Placement points, elimination points. It's pretty simple. All right. So feel free to get on a Discord and learn the rules. I do need help and I do need your help. So get on board with that and rock with me. First and foremost, we know who won. Team clap. We are going to show the leaderboards after to end the stream, but I just wanted to thank everybody on board and for all of the people for the extra life who has made moves. I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of multiple teams, help manage and run things for everybody. So thank you so much. And it's going to be a good one. So, yeah, with that in mind, if you feel like it, go to our Discord, hit us up, do me a favor, share this on social media, tag Mad Gamer INC, tag Court Battle. These are our brands and we need them lifted up. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, follow, all of those different things that people tell you to do. Go do it, depending on what platform you're on. If you enjoyed it, you know, come on board, be a part of what we got going on as we go forward. The scores are currently being updated. And we can get you guys that before the night's over. But thank y'all so much, man. It's been a great one. We will be back on Tuesday. We got 2 days off. Been working really hard on these, so getting a break. Get to get a break, man. Give me a break. But other than that, thank you guys, all the teams who played, and I mean all the teams. You guys did great. It was a fun night. I had like so much going on with delivery and phone calls, and you still got it done even between all that. So really appreciate y'all. We're gonna get it right back on board. And these are pretty much the scores. We're gonna finish the night off. We just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to take your screenshots, brag to your friends, tag us on social media, and get in on that. All right, I just put my commands in so you guys can get my socials or my links to my socials if it works. There we go. All right, so that is the scores. We're gonna keep it there and we're gonna end it with that. Let you listen to some music. Thank you guys so much. It's been a fun night. Take care of yourself. Peace.